What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Miss Spooky channel. I'm Michelle. Hope you all had a good day. I wanted to kind of talk about corruption. And I lived in California my whole life, worked for them. So I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of things. Okay. First of all, let me just tell you that the state of California is run by lawyers, all right, and lobbyists and labor unions, all right. Look, this is how it works. Lawmakers make up laws, which means that they're going to need overhead, which means they need employees. So they hire more employees, which makes more money for the unions, which opens that up to hire more lawyers, rent, repeat. Okay. Then the lawmakers make more money, judges make more money, and it's just a revolving door. Okay. These are some of the ways that corruption happens. All right. Little stuff like ordering a cherry desk, or oh, I want that leather planner, or conference calls for $1,000, whatever. Then we get into the really big stuff. Okay. Contracts is one way. And this is a big one. Nancy Pelosi, Dianne Feinstein are notorious for this. Say Caltrans wants to do a project. We need to work on, Golden Gate Bridge. We're doing a Golden Gate Bridge contract, project. So this is the part where the construction companies are supposed to have bids, right? Dianne Feinstein says, I need a little extra cash, right? So her son's construction company just happens to get the contract. Okay. And she gets a little back because, the lobbyists are involved and they all exchange their money, and that's one way that it happens. Another one is, say a department is doing a project that requires a lawyer, okay? Lawyer contracts. And the department is putting forth $10 million. Okay, they're going to put $10 million into their budget in order to pay these lawyers throughout the year, the fiscal year, okay? And then on the contract, you'll see appointed officials, right? Or lawmakers, okay? Depending on what the department is, to put themselves on a contract. So what happens is that the elected official puts themselves on a contract, $350 billable hours. Okay, that means 15 minutes. All right. Every time that they make a phone call, whatever, it's charged toward this account. An elected official puts their name on the contract, $350 billable hours. So then what happens is that this high management, elected official has themselves in this contract. They're making $350 billable hours every 15 minutes, plus they're making their bloated salary on top of it. Okay, $20,000 a month salary, plus their little perk in the legal contract. So that's one way that it's done. Another way, and Arnold Schwarzenegger did this one, he took two departments. He took the State Personnel Board, and he took the Department of Personnel Administration and he merged them. All right. State Personnel Board does testing, hiring, everything having to do with the personnel for the state. DPA is the legal part of it. Okay, so negotiations, all of the stuff that attorneys would do, appeals, things like that. Somebody gets fired, they need to go through the board, and that, DPA is involved with that, okay? They also charge billable hours, right? Every 15 minutes. State Personnel Board used to be general fund. DPA has their own fund. Merge the two. Now you've got a department that is not accountable for the money that they have, the money they make, the money that they pay out. All right. So DPA, or what is now CalHR, sends out these bills, sends out these invoices, all right? Every month I've seen some for $30,000 in a month, and I've seen some as high as almost $500,000 in a month. This money is not accounted for at all. It is not recorded. It is just magically paid, and they pay it, believe me. When they get a bill for a lawyer, that gets paid. Doesn't matter if you have copy paper, doesn't matter if you got a pen to write with, lawyers are going to get paid. So that's another way that this happened. So, do you want to know why California is broke and so corrupt? This is the stuff that goes on, all right? Sorry, I have to cough. I'm quitting smoking. Day 2. So my lungs are clearing up and I'm hanging in there. I'm doing good. Anyway, so that's with the corruption. Now I can tell you that if labor unions didn't exist, so much money would be going back to the state, okay? You've got administrative law judges, you have unions, you have employee stewards, you have departments that are handling all of this, okay? Shave that off, right? And that goes back to the people. It goes back. You can be in the black, okay? But this is never going to happen because the labor unions contribute massive amounts of money to campaigns. And so that's not going to happen, all right? It's okay. The other thing is that there's no justice system, and I've told you that before. The judges are social justice warriors, and the law doesn't matter. Okay, your rights don't matter. It follows the narrative, period. All right, that's it. Did you know that between 2010 and 2015, there were almost $1 billion that were paid out, all right, in settlements to inmates alone? Almost $1 billion, okay? That is, let me just put it this way, $30 billion is allotted to the schools, all right? Which is a big deal. It's one of the things that they pay all this money into is the schools. It seems like every year they have a ballot saying that we're going to add a tax or bonds or whatever to the school budget. Okay? They fight for it. Well, $1 billion went to inmates. That's totally crazy. That's completely nuts. It's nuts. Um, that's a lot of money, and it could go to the elderly. It could go to schools. Um, it could go to roads and bridges. Okay. It could go to food programs. It could go to healthcare, but it doesn't. It goes to inmates. All right, because they're oppressed, and they're having their rights violated, and so they get all this money. Okay, and they paid in settlements, and the reason why they do this is because if they were to actually do a judgment, then more than likely what would happen would be that there would need to be some policy changed or something changed. And rather than paying the lawyers to figure that out, they just write it off in settlements. And that's what they do. And it's a crap load of money. Okay. It's crazy. It's insane. I was reading an article today, and a lot of people have been talking about this happening. Um, and I read an article today. It is happening. Um, there are some people that live in the Oakland Hills area that, after the first, they got notices that after the first, they're having their home insurance canceled because they're in a high fire area. And this is also springing up in other areas as well. And, I've been reading that, this is going to happen. First thing that came into my mind was, oh crap, Area 51, right? They're moving all of these people out of rural areas, okay? Some areas outside of Napa, Santa Rosa are also facing this, and either they're finding insurance companies that are going to jack their bills way, way up, their premiums way, way up because they live in a high fire area, or else they're canceling their insurance altogether. Okay, and which means that you can't afford your house, right? You have to sell. Worrisome, very, very worrisome people, I'm telling you. All right. Where are those people going to go? Where are they going to go? Right? They're going to go into these sanctuary cities. They're going to go into these sustained cities, and they're driving the people out of the rural areas. All right. That would explain the fires that happened, which were not normal. Okay. Fires don't just spring up out of nowhere. Yes, it's dry. Yes, California has a history of fires, but the night of October 1st, which was also, of course, the night of the shooting in Las Vegas, and I think they're both connected. I just do. I have a friend that was flying back from San Diego that morning and flying over, and he could see all of the fires, and he's like, look, you know what? This is all along the highway. This is not normal. This is not normal. And I've seen videos of, the laser shooting down. I don't know how it was done, but it was not natural. All right. And you're going to see more of this happening. I think probably what's coming next is the Sierra Nevadas. So, just a heads up, all right? If you live in the Sierra Nevadas, I used to live at the bottom of the Sierra Nevadas in Tahoe. Just keep a heads up, all right? Because I'm I'm concerned about you guys, and I'm concerned about fires. I'm worried that they're flushing the people out, all right, and replacing them into the cities because they don't want cars after 2030, all right, which there's not much time left, 12 more years, okay, that no one is going to have a car. Be careful. Just that's all I'm saying. Please just be careful. So yeah, it's a small compartmentalized example of the corruption that goes on. Um, so it kind of gives you an idea that, within the federal government, um, it's it, it's bad. It's bad. And can you imagine, let's say, for example, Janet Napolitano, who's the president of our colleges in California. Um, she makes like $3 million a year. What the hell does she do? I mean, she's running this college system that is full of snowflakes. What the hell are they learning? Okay. She's just building this army of social justice warriors. That's all that's going on. And she gets paid $3 million a year. You know, half of the budgets that happen in the state of California in the college systems, it's going toward administration. Can you imagine what would happen if that's that money was taken away from them, taken away from the lawmakers, taken away from um, the unions, taken away from the college administrators, all right? All of this corruption. If it was just cut it off at the knees, right? Can can you imagine the people would be able to afford college, afford healthcare? Our the schools would have more money. When you get rid of corruption, it goes back to the people, and the people can prosper and they can do what they want with that money. Um, what's going on with what Trump is trying to do and getting rid of the corruption, you might not like him, but what he's trying to do is the only thing that can be done to give the money back to the people is to cut these corrupt politicians off at the freaking knees, and it needs to be done. You're not going to see any prosperity, all right? Your kids aren't going to be able to afford to go to college. You're not going to be able to afford to get an x-ray, okay, or get your blood drawn until this corruption ends. It's got to stop. So just think about that. The next time that you're like, oh, Cheeto face, oh, he said pussy, duh, please just think about how much money can be in your pocket, your kid's pocket, your schools, your hospitals, your colleges, if they just stop the corruption. And I think that slowly that's going to happen. I hope it does. I think California is a lost cause. And as far as me looking for a new job, that's what I'm trying to do because I'm an American and I want to be an American. I don't want to be a Kelly Stanny, okay? I didn't sign up for this, and I'm pretty much done with it. And I'm really, really worried. I still have family in California. I'm very concerned about them. Friends. I'm worried. If you can, um, get out. Get out. Uh, no, you won't make as much money if you move to another state, but you're still gonna have your car. Okay? Um, so just think about that. Just think, you know. Um, I'm tired. Sorry. But one more thing. Um, I'm just starting this up and people are already trolling me. I got called a cunt. Guess what? Guess what? You're not the only one that has ever called me a cunt. Okay? I'm just putting it out there. I've been called names before. Um, I'm not I don't accept it from anybody else, and I'm not going to accept it from you. You can call me all the names that you want to. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. All right? Just putting it out there. So for the one that called me a cunt, just you know what? Whatever. You're not listening. You're not comprehending. You're not intelligent. Um, you're kind of stupid. So there's that. Anyway, I'm tired. I want to eat. And I'm hoping to get to bed early tonight. So glad I got this off my chest. Kind of roll it around in your brain. Keep a heads up, California. I'm really, really worried about you. All right? Just watch yourself. Have a good night. Bye.